I invested a lot of time and effort into helping Leah and her family, and anytime, Leah asked for help, I always took her calls and, would many times require coming to her house and seeing her family if they weren't doing well. And, it was something I worked on a lot during that time period of my life. When I stopped working at the Church of Scientology, even though I was very much and am a Scientologist and still a church member, I just, had changed jobs and moved to another state and was going to raise a family. So that's what my wife and I were doing.
We weren't really, in touch with her anymore because we had moved away and we decided to start a family, and so we moved to Texas to be closer to my parents.
And right around that time, in the midst of that, my wife was home alone.
I was indecent at the time, and I looked out the window and someone was taking pictures through my window, and that's when I called my husband right away and just said, you need to come home, something's happening, someone's outside taking pictures. The guy quickly got in his car and drove away, and yeah, I get afraid of things like that.
Shortly after that, Leah Remini called me on the phone, and I had not given my number to her or, hadn't communicated with her for quite some months. And I asked her, how did you get this number? And she said that she had me tracked down, had my residence tracked down and knew where I was living, and that she had my phone number tracked down.
She tracked us down, and it just makes me feel uncomfortable, because, we don't live secret lives by any means, but we do like to live somewhat private lives.
And, we were dealing with a lot at the time, and, I had a new job and trying to get settled, and she kept insisting that the church was the one saying that I couldn't be in touch with her, which couldn't be further from the truth. No one from the church had ever told me not to talk to Leah Remini. She got frustrated at one point and upset that I was not saying that the church was the one who said that we couldn't be in touch, and almost hung up the phone to that point. And I think it's one thing to have that conversation and track somebody down. Okay, that's not right in my mind. That's not comforting, and especially when you're dealing with trying to have a family and that's what your sole focus is in life.
We really just want to, move on, and it's hard when you're trying to raise a family, and it's to have any other distractions in your life. It's something that, you don't need.
To me, it was insensitive, and caused a lot of stress. Caused stress not only to me, but to my wife.
It's just really hurtful that after all that he did for her, that this would be what we get in return,